Hello and welcome back to another episode of Bevo's Tech Pack. I'm Malrat28 and I have been on a roll. So right now we are up in what is going to be my tower. It's, excuse me, it's not finished yet. I'm still working on it. However, if we go ahead and pan up, I've done some serious building here. We have a roof to the very top floor already done. I had originally intended to do 3 floors, but, well, don't build at night when you're tired but not tired enough to sleep. I somehow managed to build an entire extra floor up here, so rather than tear it down, I'm just leaving it in. I might find a use for it. And these clouds inside the building are really annoying me. It might not be so noticeable if I might find a way to make it useful. Anyway, so we've gone ahead. I've gotten all that taken care of. The ceiling up there is actually marble from chisel. And above that is going to be more grass, because that is going to be my garden slash green roof area. If we come all the way out here though, let's get a little jump in the sky, you can see some of the pattern that I was working on for the building itself. I like the way it's turning out. I feel that for the central section here, I don't want to have windows here just because is that hover? There we go. I don't want to have windows there just because of the fact I'm actually going to be dividing these floors into rooms. And I'd rather not have a window right in the middle there. Or if I do, it's going to be a small little window that's going to be just like to the side or whatever. If I do that, I may as well connect this thing here to it though. I don't know, I'm not sure. We have the beginnings of what I was trying to do for like the rooms and stuff down here. I was making this like into a hallway. This is the cyan stained clay from Minecraft. I was thinking about using it, but I might actually use a bit of a brighter color since everything in here is like gray, black, or like a wood color anyway. And I got some more of that marble as a ceiling entryway. It's pretty nice. Currently over here, we still have this guy going. It's okay. This is broken. I had a creeper explode in here, and while I was able to put everything back except for this energy cell here, I replaced it with a capacitor. I was able to put everything back. The only problem is I would need to download this world again, place this in single player, and then upload it again, and I really don't want to have to do that for now. So for now, this is existing solely on wind power, which is outside, which works, but it's thanks that this is a lot more storage than the energy cell was, it'll process stuff before running out, but eventually this is just going to run out of stuff. And I have my alloy smelter and painting machine just down here for convenient use. I have got to clear this floor out a little bit later, like this guy. There's no reason for this to be here. Yeah. That is not the best news, however. It's just go up top real quick. I have been making good use of my digital miner and something, and well, no, I'll show you actually. So here's the top. This is basically going to be grassed over, and this is where I'm going to be doing all of my like botania and stuff. It's pretty neat. You know, I might use that additional floor I have down there for blood magic. It's about big enough. I would just need to make sure that I have, no, yeah, that should work. Alright, so we're going to come down here. You may notice that I have moved my another portal here to the left because we have a portal here, and this is for Aroma's 1997's Dimensional World. It's a mining age. Pretty much the only thing in here is a flat world with a really terrible looking grass and a ton of harvest craft trees and stuff and runes. But I have my digital miner set up here. It's chunk loaded and ejecting into a ender chest, which is completely empty. And I believe this guy is completely done. Let's see what he's... reset. So it was set to pull up all ores, all clay, and marble, and it's completely done, and it's done in a 32 block radius. So it's pretty much cleared out this area. The only thing else I think what might be a good idea is to get some cheap wood. And to do that, we can just go ahead and select this. Thank you. Okay, right click, config. We're going to do new filter, item stack. You know, no, let's actually tell it to do or dictionary. Oh yeah, duh. What is that under? Block wood? No. You know, if I could remember that, that'd be great. Okay, we're just gonna do item stack. Alright, and we do need to raise the height, because right now the height is set to ground level, so let's add 9 to that. That should get pretty much all of them. Alright, so we'll go to, let's just go to 90. Alright, and we'll tell it to start. So that's going to mine up 419 things of jungle wood, which should end up going to the chest here. How did you find... Every now and then, I will turn this thing on and off, and it finds a bit of ore that it missed. Not a lot, but just a little bit. And I'm not sure what causes that. Anyway, let's go back to the overworld. I want to show you what I've been doing with all this stuff. Alright. I keep coming out the wrong side of that. It's driving me crazy. And down we go. Alright, so what I've been doing really is just stockpiling everything that I've gotten from running that so far. I've not really processed it yet because of the amount of stuff that I have. However, I did set up a little room over here. It's a little nice and spiffy. And you can, well, let me turn off that. You can see all of the stuff we have. We have over 17 stacks of iron. We have only a stack of ferrous, which is unfortunate. 11 stacks of osmium, 3 stacks of aluminum, and it just goes on and on. By far, though, the most common thing that we have is redstone and coal. And we also do have a very good amount of Certus quartz, which means I can actually get started on AE pretty soon. Oh, and here's the marble I've been using. I have almost a full barrel of the stuff. And yeah, this has been my weekend. I've been building stuff and watching all this stuff come in dumbfounded. This is a bit much. Not that I'm going to complain or anything, but it's a bit much. Okay, you can go in there. Let's see. And I have also been playing around with a little bit of mechanism. So right here I have a rotary condensator. Oh my god, I can't say that right. Anyway, so what this is doing, this is taking water and creating water vapor. And that water vapor is being combined with dirt to make clay. And if you just go ahead and click that, we get a stack out. I believe I have a multimeter around here somewhere that I can actually use to read how much is in there. There we go. So this is a block from thermal expansion. It's kind of like a barrel, but it's not. It holds 1,000 items, well, 10,000 items, excuse me. And it currently has 2,025 blocks of clay in there, which is pretty good. I've basically been taking all of my excess dirt from when I had set up that island over there and been converting it to clay. It is not a quick process. I am not generating anywhere near enough power for this. Right now, this guy takes about, well, it takes exactly 160 redstone flux per tick, plus the power this guy takes. I'm only making about 70 redstone flux per tick. So this is not running at full speed. This could be going a lot quicker. At a later point, I definitely need to get invested in a better power setup, and that time is probably soon, just like the AE stuff is, because we got a lot of uranium, so we can probably get a reactor going. I might want to play around with some of the new IC2 reactor stuff. Before I do that, though, we definitely need AE. And the also excellent news is I went exploring inside of that mining age with a compass, and I found a meteor that had 3 presses in it. We had the inscriber, well, the inscriber calculation, inscriber logic, and inscriber silicon. Those are the only 3 I needed after the engineering ones I had, so I mean, I am full ready to start Applied Energistics, and I'm thinking that's what actually we're going to do today. So one of the things I'm going to need a ton of while getting started with AE is going to be Fluix crystals, and I do believe that the main way to make them involves using charged Certus quartz, nether quartz, and redstone dust thrown into a thing of water. And just like that, we get the 2 Fluix crystals. And these guys get used for a ton of stuff. They're used to make Fluix pearls, to make glass cable, to make the ummi chests, spatial pylons, chargers, which actually in this slot could be, which are important, The energy acceptors, which are important. The entropy manipulator, I can pass on that. The P2P tunnels, which are good to have. Inscribers, the Fluix block. Oh, that only takes 4. That's good. I was hoping that was not 9. Let's see. And then it is also used in some shapeless stuff. But the real important stuff is the Fluix dust, because this is used in even more stuff. So of all the resources that I'm going to be using, it's pretty much going to come down to Fluix dust, quartz glass, and crystals. Like even these guys, these cores here, these are the formation plane and the annihilation plane. These guys take nether quartz and Fluix dust, and then the logic processors, which you make using the press, which we need the Fluix crystals to make. Let's see if we can see it over here. Inscriber. So it'll be a pure Fluix crystal or a Fluix crystal, 2 sticky pistons, and 5 iron. I believe I actually already have that. There we go. And I know I have a ton of resources in here still. So I have no excuse not to build anything awesome. I have plenty of supplies. The only limiting factor from here on out is going to be my imagination. Plus I need to actually set some practical stuff up, like farms and stuff. Practical stuff, not always fun. Alright. So sticky, and then Fluix. And like so, we have an inscriber. This guy looks pretty neat, right? You would put in the actual press that you want to use, I believe on the bottom? Let's see, we want the silicon. I think I have some of this left over from making, there we go. AE will actually let you use its own silicon that it can make by itself, but it will also let you use other types if they are present. So like the silicon from under IO, it also counts. Now right now this isn't going to do anything, it needs power, and the easiest way for me to get this power right now is to make a, a vibration chamber, which is basically a furnace, the 7 iron, and an energy acceptor, which comes back down to Fluix crystals. So I'm going to need to make another batch because I need quartz glass. Oh, I can just use regular quartz for that. Alright. So 5 and then 5 glass. We can do that. Yeah, we'll just use what I have on me. And we'll go ahead and just use the sag mill over here to do this. Okay, that shouldn't take too terribly long. While that is doing its thing, let's get 1, 2, 3, 4. I hope clear glass works. You know, I take this back, that's taking too long. I guess that's not too terribly bad. Oh, and over the course of the past 2 days, I actually upgraded my macerator here to a rotary macerator. It's not so fast starting off, but once it's up to speed, if I put a lot of stuff in here, it's pretty good. And I had originally put an induction furnace over here. It's currently sitting right here, right? I love this thing. It's fast whenever it's at full speed. However, I don't want it running all the time. And for convenience, it's actually better for me to just take the electric furnace, add the upgrades and stuff. If I could put the ejector on that, the thing would be awesome, but I can't. Oh, and somebody's running out of power because of the, this guy. There we go. Alright, let's make some quartz glass. I believe it was like so. Oh, let's see if it's just clear glass they don't take. And I just fell in the little puddle of water. It's a little 1x1 hole, and I fell in it. Black chest. I have got to get AE. This is unacceptable. No, it's clear glass. There we go. Glass. Okay, so that works. So we get quartz glass. Now, for the quartz glass, we're going to need to do energy acceptor. We're going to need 4 iron and then a Fluix crystal. Let's just go ahead and take a stack. Okay, so energy acceptor, we need to do a little thing like that. And you know, rather than Let's just steal one off the wall here. Okay, I didn't realize those guys had stuff in them. Get back in there. Alright, and then we get a vibration chamber. Alright, so using this guy, I can actually power a small AE network. For anything larger, you'd want to have one of those energy acceptors we just did, and then you'd pump in power from whatever else thing in there. So we're going to go ahead, we are going to steal a stack of charcoal here. Clear cut the toilet forest all the time. Alright, so there we go, that's doing its thing. And now this guy should be building up power. There we go, and we get printed silicon, and this stuff is used as the base for pretty much everything. To make logic processors, the calculation, and the engineering. So it's pretty useful to have. The only thing I know for sure that is kind of wonky about this is that I don't think it's easy to automate. I think you need to do it manually. So what I need to do first, actually, is you basically sandwich them together with redstone. Even though I just looked at NEI and I should have realized that, yeah. So let's go ahead and put that guy in. So this is going to go up to 100. As it reaches 100, we'll be done. So we got a printed engineering circuit. Stop that. Okay, this can go to the top. This can go in the bottom, and a little redstone right there. And then we get the engineering processor. So it's actually fairly easy. It's a pretty neat little system. Oh, hey! I didn't realize that was red. Anyway, using this, I can basically start making some of like the storage and stuff. One of the things I want to make first off is a ME drive and some drives to go into it, because these chests are not acceptable. For anything that I'm going to have a ton of storage on, I'm probably going to be using storage buses on either barrels or deep storage units. I don't know how well they work for caches, though. They might actually be pretty good for those. The only problem with these guys are the fact that I put this down the other day. I have no idea how to pick it up. So short of going into creative and punching it, it's stuck here until I get an update or until I try something new. I had a crescent hammer somewhere that I tried to wrench it up with, and the only thing it did was rotate it. And it's I suppose it's better than losing the items, but I mean, this is an empty thing I can't do anything with. It's facing the wrong way right now, actually. And the only way you can tell how much of something that is in these guys is if you use a multimeter. Anyway, so I need to go ahead and cook up a ton of Fluix stuff, which, while not entertaining, is unfortunately needed for all this. So I will be back as soon as I have enough basic resources to get started on some real interesting stuff. Well, real useful stuff, rather. Alright, so I'm actually not ready yet. I just wanted to show this. I just realized that this thing is animated. Check that out. Every time it creates a little press thing, it actually presses the material to the mold. That's actually really freaking awesome, and you can see what it creates for a moment. Alright, so now I'll be really right back. I may have lied. It's now officially a day and a half later. I had to do my civic duty today, and that is jury duty. Not supposed to talk about it, so I'm not going to. It was just basically me going to a courthouse, sitting around from 8 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon, and then having having the rest of the day to finish whatever I would do on a regular day off. It was not fun, however, considering I had worked late the night before, so 4 hours sleep is oh so fun. Anyway, so I unfortunately did not get this out in time for release on Monday, so this will be coming up Tuesday when you're watching this now. And for that, I'm sorry. Anyway. People like to, they like to hate on jury duty, but really it's not terrible, and it's, if I ever, for whatever reason, needed to have a trial by jury, or if I needed something like that, I would like people to be there, so it's, I'd prefer not to do it, I'm not going to lie. I prefer not to do it, but I understand why it needs to be done, so if I need to do it, I will do it. Anyway, so what I am going to do, we have all of the AE stuff, plus a little bit extra. I made this little portable cell here thing to play around with. basically acts like a bag, except it can hold a lot of stuff, but a very limited amount of them. Plus you can search it. I mean, that's freaking awesome. It is slowly draining power though, so I have to make sure that I don't waste it. So what I'm thinking I want to do, I want to go ahead and I want to get my AE stuff set up in the tower here. And rather than just pile stuff on this base floor, which I have like this stuff here now, this stuff isn't staying. It's eventually going to go into the basement. The basement, which you can no longer see into, I got rid of the glass. This is the elevator from open blocks. I might have shown this before. I don't remember, to be honest. It's been a day and a half. I'm a bit lost. Anyway, let's just go ahead and go down. And we have this little room I set up down here. Right now, it's really gray. Once I get some of my clay cooked up and stuff, I might replace some of this to make it look a little bit brighter. And I might replace this with the actual cooked variant of the Skystone, because I think it might be a little bit better for this particular use. But as is right now, this is actually inside of the island. We are fairly high up. There we go. So we can actually come out here and see where it is. So that's the little area that I enclosed, and here is a room I set up over here. As you can see, basically what this is going to have, this is going to be a kind of a hub thing. There's going to be rooms on each of the cardinal directions. However, even if I do that, I'm going to have a few rooms extra on the side. I might be using those for something. I might not utilize them. But I will still definitely have room lower to set up things like, say, farms or like mob killing stuff. So I still got plenty of room to expand out here, which is really, really nice. Oh, and I started the template for a little room here. The only difference is this stone right here actually ended up getting replaced with the ceiling material. Alright, let's go ahead and see if we can actually thread the needle here. There we go. For now, though, this is a safe area. Nothing can get in here. As you can tell by all the torches, nothing's going to spawn in here. And then we just have some open space. Really nothing to it, really. I ran out of glowstone. I have plenty of it on my person, just not in the state I needed it to put in the ceiling. The only thing about this room that I think I messed up on is I think this is actually an even shaped, and if it is, I think I'll just go with it for now. I would have preferred it not be, but it's not really a game breaker. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's annoying, but not terrible. So for now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and set up my AE stuff down here. I should have everything I need on me. I'm also taking my ender tank off of my smeltery because I'm really not using it that much at the moment. We're taking the magmatic dynamo. We need the energy acceptor. And I think I have the rest of everything I need on me. Yeah. Oh, and my pretty much full 64K storage. Its types are almost all used up, though the individual space on it, there's plenty of space left. Most of this stuff is ores and ingots and stuff, which hopefully at one point I'll be able to consolidate a little bit better. Alright, so we're going to go ahead, let's just put it flush to the wall here. I'll worry about getting a bunch of like cabling and stuff and running it up to the top later. Okay, we'll go put that in there. We'll put in the storage cell. Now, if I had a, I think if I had an ME controller, I could just put power into it. I don't, however, so we're going to be using the energy acceptor as a valid option. And we are not going to be putting down the crystal growth accelerator. Let's put this guy over here. I have an idea on how to automate this thing, but I need to actually get into open computers first. By default, you can't really export or use a hopper or anything like that. It'll try to put everything in the center slot. You need to be able to tell something to go in the top and the bottom as well as the center. And one at a time, which is the real annoying thing. Alright, so we have the vibration chamber. I don't need that. We have, let's see, is it, okay, crafting terminal. I do need that. Glass cable, okay, and charger, okay. This guy, I think I could probably automate. I would probably just use a hopper and a import bus on the bottom of it. For now, we'll set him right here. Okay, that won't connect, but it will connect that way. Just put the crafting terminal there. Energy acceptor. Magmatic. Tank. I think I need to put that on top of it, don't I? Oh, never mind. There we go, we got power. Excellent. So if we go ahead and open this up, we can see all of the ingots and ores that I have. This was all from inside of my little workshop area that I had down in the cliff face. So let's see, ingots. We have a good amount. I mean, yeah, we have one thing of bronze, but no. We have a good amount. We have a very large amount of copper and a quite good amount of tin. So I mean, it's pretty good. And I've said good a lot, and I'm sorry. We also have a lot of ore. Boy, do we have ore. We have 1,117 iron ore, so yeah, this stuff all needs to get processed. And I'm probably going to hold off on running it through my setups until I get those guys moved downstairs. I figure I'll have my AE stuff here, and a bunch of the like auto crafting stuff will be in this room. Another room, I'm going to have my main power generation. And then I'll have things like the ore processing stuff. And while I could fit it in here, giving certain setups, I'd rather do some of the larger stuff, say either from, say, Mechanism, or maybe get a little bit more involved in the IC2 setup. And for that, I need space. And for the last area, I'm honestly not sure. I know I do need a staircase down around here somewhere, though. I might try to just fit it into the corner over here, though. I'm not sure how well that would work, having a too wide staircase. Anyway, let's see what we have in here. Is there anything inside this bag I need at this moment? No. No, that looks okay. Okay, satchel. No. Alright. Let's go ahead and see how much power this thing's using. Stored power 0, max power 0, usage 10.18 redstone flux per tick. Yeah, so this is not going to take a lot of power at all. So we're doing good. I do need to make quite a few more of these storage cells. I'm thinking for now I'm probably just going to go ahead and make a bunch of 4K ones. I don't necessarily need the 64K for the breadth of storage. I just need to have a lot more types that I can support. And let's see. And for the inscriber, like I said, I still need to try some open computer stuff to automate this. Though there is one thing that I do want to try, actually. I think I have a way to automate the creation of Fluix crystals. I'm not sure I can do that, though, until I actually get a crafting CPU in here somewhere. Give me 1 sec to go check something out, and we'll be right back. I think I have everything I need for this. What I've done here, this is just a little basic setup here. I made a little water tank. There is a, what you want to call it, is a transfer node in here from Extra Utilities. It has 2 things in it. One is a world interaction upgrade, which I believe will allow it to pick up things in world, and an item filter for a Fluix crystal, which means I hope this means it will only pick up Fluix crystals. Tell you what, let's actually find out. Can I throw it in there? No. Okay, so no. We'll try the other way. Hopefully that works. Stupid pipe's in the way and I'm too lazy to break it. Alright, so what I have on me right now, I have a crafting unit, which is fairly easy to make. It's, come on R. Yeah, that is not what I hit R on. It is just the 2 calculation processors, which are made using the, I believe this is the pure Certus quartz. The logic processors, which is, as you could guess, gold, and then just 2 of the Fluix cables and 4 iron. It's pretty cheap. So if we go ahead and take that, combine it with a 1K ME storage, we should get a 1K crafting storage, which is all we're going to need for what I'm doing right here. It's just, I might actually be nearing the end of the amount of stuff I can daisy chain here. So for now, we're just going to go ahead and pop this down. Will it work if I put it over here? Yep, okay, that looks good. It's a really neat texture too, actually. Alright, so we have that in there. The next thing that we are going to add in, we're going to go ahead and put a pattern terminal right there. If we go ahead and open this, this looks just like a regular crafting bench. The main difference is this is for creating patterns. Right now this is set to encode patterns for like crafting. I need to actually have it set for creating recipes and stuff for machines, which you just click right there. So I have a processing pattern now. I need to tell this thing that if I give it a charged Certus quartz, nether quartz, and redstone dust, I should get 2 Fluix crystals. And then let's go ahead and put a blank one in there and encode it. Alright, creates 2 Fluix crystals with 1 nether quartz, 1 redstone, and 1 charged Certus quartz. Pretty good. Let's put this in here. And I'm hoping this works. Let's go ahead and tell it to create 2. Let's see. Start. I don't know if this will actually eject into pipe anymore. It may not. So it's stored, but it's not actually done anything. Let's see if we... Can we stop you from doing that, please? Or do you need an upgrade to be able to work for this? No, still not doing anything. What am I doing wrong? I think the crafting upgrade is to have it to craft to export. I don't think it's actually to needed to craft it. Let's see, what am I doing? I am failing. Do I have to have a wooden pipe on that? Wrong window. Alright, let's check this out. I should have some jungle wood in here. I could have sworn that should be able to push into a regular pipe. That doesn't look like it'll push into a pipe anymore. That is extremely unfortunate. Alright, so all is not lost. I have another idea, since this is not working. However, I do need to tear all this up. Alright, so what I'm going to be using, I have a dropper on me, I believe. I had a dropper on me, I believe. I'm going to go get my dropper. Alright, let's head up. No dropper, got a hopper. Nope, I must have left that all the way down in the bottom. That doesn't seem right. I'm going to go up and down so much I'm not going to be able to get back in here. I can tell, I can feel it happening. There we go, item dropper. I know I had one. Clock. Let's see, I don't need any of this stuff right now. No, we're good. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and put this guy right there. Are you facing down? You are. Perfect. We are going to need to go ahead and pick this guy up, though. And you need to go by while you're in the way. Okay, I should have that over here. Cable, clock. So that won't connect that way, but it will go up if I were to have put this here last. That's moderately annoying. Alright, so this should now... Perfect. Alright, the last thing we got to do is actually connect this up. Alright, so all that got ejected, that's great. Now what this is missing is something to actually get it out of there, which was what this guy's going to do. Oh, check that out. It worked, that's awesome. So we got the 2 Fluix. Let's go ahead and tell it to make up a batch of 6 of these guys. Well, numlock helps, there we go. Next. Start. So it's going to export all the crystals, and then it's going to export the redstone. Okay, I like that. That's awesome. So anyway, this is just like a little basic thing for some of the new Applied Energistics stuff. It's a lot more complicated in what you can do. And one of the things you might notice for this is I have no ME controller in this setup, so I'm actually near the limits of what I can do without actually getting into a proper system. So if I ever want to get onto like a better storage and processing and machine interfaces and all that stuff, I need to actually build bigger. I need to build a lot bigger. Right now though, we do not have time for this. This has gone on a little long and I'd like to go ahead and get this out. So I want to go ahead and thank you for watching this episode of Bevo's Tech Pack. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a message below, and as always, have a good day.